me the other day and he asked me to meet with him in New Orleans just to relax and forget about work and the wedding. You know, I just want to have fun.
Good girl, right?
Hey, I'm not a person he kissed.
We're not married. I promise you. If I was married, I would, well, maybe I wouldn't be so explosive about it, but I wouldn't deny it.
But we would know.
I wouldn't say I'm not married if someone asked.
Toni Braxton has finally broken her silence about Birdman, and now people are seeing their relationship in a completely different light. For years, she stood beside him without saying much. But that quiet ended after a shocking revelation. After nearly 5 years of engagement, Toni reportedly married Birdman on August 8th last year, only to separate 48 hours later. Now fans are revisiting old interviews and videos, noticing things they missed before, and questioning what was really happening behind the scenes.
Got the whole family.
Because once you hear what Toni confirmed, you start to wonder if this relationship was ever just about love. This story isn't only romantic. It's about image control and what Toni refused to carry anymore. Toni Braxton is no stranger to heartbreak. She built an entire career singing about it. But no one expected her real-life love story with Birdman to be this complicated. When they went public in May 2016, fans were stunned. Toni, the elegant R&B legend. Birdman, the tattooed cash money mogul known for rap beefs and gold grills. Opposites attracting, maybe, but behind the awkward headlines was a connection that grew deeper and more intense.
I always looked at Wayne as my son, and I always looked at it like, because I was in the streets, and I thought this might be the last time they ever see me. I thought that every night I leave, I might not never come back. So that's where that started from.
Birdman often spoke about loyalty like it was sacred, and that's exactly what drew Toni in. She once called him her gentle gangster, someone who had survived battles but still knew how to be tender. By February 2018, they announced their engagement. The media loved it. An R&B queen and a hip-hop boss headed for the altar. But just months later, rumors of the breakup flooded the tabloids. Toni wiped her Instagram clean. Fans assumed it was over. But with Toni Braxton, things are never that simple.
We're not married. I promise you. If I was married, I would, well, maybe I wouldn't be so explosive about it, but I wouldn't deny it.
But we would know.
I wouldn't say I'm not married if someone asked me.
In April 2019, the rumors flipped again. They were still together. Later, Toni posted a quiet photo of the two sitting closely, with no caption. It said everything without saying anything. Then in 2024, confusion returned when Toni posted, "My dear friend Birdman and I are not married. Never have been. We are both single." Was this another breakup? A PR move? Or Toni protecting her privacy? One thing was clear. Birdman brought chaos wherever he went.
Good girl, right?
Hey, I'm not a person he kissed.
For years, Birdman had faced rumors sparked by videos of him kissing Lil Wayne on the lips. Some called it fatherly affection. Others questioned it. And the speculation never stopped. Toni's inner circle reportedly worried. Not about Birdman's past, but about what the public confusion would do to her image. Would fans accept a love story wrapped in controversy? Would a gospel-raised Toni Braxton be comfortable standing beside a man accused of gay games by former artists? So Toni made a choice. She kept the relationship and kept her silence and a wedding. No public breakup, just ambiguity.
It's just like somebody hitting somebody on the, you know what I'm saying, when they playing basketball. That don't mean they gay. You feel?
Toni grew up in a strict Pentecostal household where even wearing pants was forbidden as this wasn't just street culture to her. It was reputation. Optics. Press. The backlash didn't just hit Birdman. It hit Toni. People questioned her judgment. They mocked her. They wondered why she stayed quiet. But Toni said nothing. She let the headlines swirl while continuing to post photos with him. To some, it looked like maturity. To others, it looked like compromise. Birdman never explained much. He simply said, "I'm a straight gangster." But the problem wasn't what he believed. It was what the public believed. And that shadow followed Toni everywhere. Long before Birdman, Toni had learned what it meant to be judged without compassion. In the late 90s, she shocked the world by filing for bankruptcy. Despite being one of the best-selling R&B artists alive, she went on Oprah hoping to explain how the music industry had drained her financially. Instead, she was publicly scolded.
She has filed for bankruptcy. Appraisers are now taking stock of her personal possessions, her baby grand piano, her Gucci silverware, her Porsche and Lexus. They're even counting her shoes.
Toni later said Oprah felt cold and dismissive. The most painful moment came when Oprah questioned her about owning luxury items, turning her struggle into a spectacle. Toni felt humiliated.
She pretty much reprimanded me.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this.
She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware.
She later said, she was so mean to me. I admired her, and she reprimanded me on television. Toni wasn't reckless. She was trapped in a contract where every expense, videos, glam, travel, promotion, had to be paid back to the label. She sold millions of records and received a royalty check for just $1, $9.72. The public laughed. The industry understood. And Toni learned to stay silent while the headlines wrote her story for her.
Perks are lovely. I can't deny the perks. They're great. I mean, in the beginning, it's all new. Anything new, you want it all.
But it wasn't greed. It was trauma. Raised in a home where everything was forbidden, Toni finally wanted something that belonged to her, and she was punished for it. By labels, by media, and by public opinion. Her comeback stalled. Her health declined in 2007. Toni was diagnosed with lupus. In 2023, she nearly died from a widowmaker heart attack. Her sister Tracy passed away from cancer the year before. She kept going, performing, smiling, surviving AT-57. Toni Braxton isn't trying to prove anything anymore. She survived bankruptcy, illness, betrayal, and public judgment. Her relationship with Birdman may not make sense to everyone, but it was hers. For the first time in her life, she chose control over approval. Not the tabloid version of Toni. Not the bankrupt diva. Not the woman defined by controversy. Just Toni. Flawed. Spiritual. Scarred. Still standing. And that may be the most powerful story she's ever told. Anyway, that's it for this video. Folks, and don't forget to subscribe, my Chanel. Bye.